The Bellagio $560 mega satellite.
Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum.
Target tournament is the $10,400 Bellagio 5 Diamond main event, World Poker Tour event.
You came along and everything started into hum.
Probably over $1 million for first in that one. Let's take it one step at a time. Let's get our seat for $560 today. Let's go with the Bellagio. With blinds at 100, 100. Woman opens under the gun to 300. I'm next to act with pocket aces. 13,000 chips off a 15,000 starting stack. It's gonna look strong, but we gotta put in the 3-bet. We're deep. I make it 1,000. Action folds to the button who cold calls 1,000. The small blind flat calls 1,000, and original razor calls. We're 4 ways to a flop. 4,000 in the middle. The flop comes. Ace, 5, deuce. We got 2 red aces. There's 2 clubs on the board. Action checks to the under the gun woman who leads into me for 2,100 chips. Don't think there's much reason to raise other than deny equity from flush draws, or if we put her squarely on a lower set. But we're gonna put it in the call, hopefully get some action from the other 2 players. But we do not get action, they both fold. The turn is the offsuit 4. Pocket 3s make a straight. We're not too worried about that. She checks. She might be pot controlling or giving up, so let's keep her in the pot. I bet 2,500, setting up a river jam. And she folds and claims she had a flush draw. She did not want to chase it. Thought I gave her a good enough price. With blinds at 100, 200, no ante. Under the gun +2 opens to 500. Cutoff and button call. Small blind calls. We're in the big blind with 2 queens.
I'm Sam from Chicago.
We're here with Sam from Chicago, interrupting the hand history, but we're going to continue. 2 queens in the big blind. We put in the 3-bet squeeze to 2,600. Original razor goes deep in the tank. Keeps trying to look at my stack and eventually shoves all in for 13,000. Action folds back to me. What does he got? Aces? Kings? Ace king? There's like 70 blinds. Are we getting in 70 blinds with queens here? You're goddamn right we are. We got him covered. We call. He has pocket 6s. Flop comes ace, 9, deuce. The turn is a 4. River's an ace. And we double up. We have 34,000 on first break.
Doesn't show. I'm not betting it anyway.
Doesn't show very
You just
good.
get into town today? I just got into that yesterday. Yeah.
But she always wears that huge.
Yeah.
Can't call too much. Keep it very friendly.
I managed to lose pretty much every hand for an hour or so. On a board of ace, 5, deuce, 9, 9. I check call the river with king, queen. And I lose to ace, queen. Sorry for trying.
Small blind.
Yeah, you want it.
With blinds at 300, 600. With a 600 big blind ante. Action folds to the small blind Joe C-Rock. He limps. I check my option with 7-5 off. It's actually a pretty good candidate to raise, because if he limp raises, it's not really denying my equity. I can just fold. But I check behind, and the flop comes jack, 7-5, 2 diamonds. He bets 600. I make it 2,000. He puts in the call. The turn is a 9. 6-8 gets there, Jack 9 gets there. He checks and just feel like I'm beat for some reason, and I check behind. The river is a 3 of diamonds, so 6-4 gets there and the flush gets there, but we still have a pretty well disguised 2 pair. He bets 2,700 and stares at me. I put in the call and he has Jack 9 offsuit. 2 pair versus 2 pair, blind versus blind. All right. I lose quite a few small pots, get all the way down to 10,000 chips.
Pretty and suited.
Guy on my left has an odor of fish and chips, I guess you could say. He raises to 2,500 under the gun with 30K stack. I'm in the big blind with Ace King of Hearts. Shove all in for 10,000. He calls with Queen 9 of Spades.
What?
Board's all bricks and we double up. Now on second break, 25,000 chips going to 500, 1,000, 1,000. Let's make it to dinner break.
I'm just reaching for my water. I didn't want to.
You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't seen it shine.
It's a better spot.
With blinds at 800, 1,600, there's an open to 3,500 from an elderly Caucasian female. I'm in the small blind with pocket 5s and 45,000, so I put in the call. For heads up, the flop comes. Deuce, 3, 9. I check, she bets 5,000, I put in the call. There's 2 diamonds on the flop. The turn is a 4, giving us open-ended. And second pair, I check, and she quickly bets 9,000. What's she barreling with? Is she repping an overpair? I don't think I can fold, and I contemplate jamming to deny equity from her flush draw combos, but not 100% she'd be barreling all of her flush draw combos. So we call. The river is a 6 of diamonds. Flush gets there, but we make the straight. We check. She checks behind, shows pocket 7s, and they're no good. The same woman shoves over our open later. She has 10s, I have Ace Jack. The board comes King, King, Deuce, Queen, 10. She boats, I straight. Table goes crazy with such an action river card. Everyone's celebrating except for me, and I double her up. The very next hand, I open Ace King, and she jams 26,000 at 1,000, 2,000. Of course I call, of course she has pocket kings, and of course I don't hit. And I now have around 30,000 chips. Play some small pots, chip away, chip up, and we now have 50,000 going to 1,500, 3,000. About 23 players remain. We got to get top 4 to get this seat. With blinds at 2,500, 5,000, we're at the 10-handed final table.
Wait till the warm-up's underway. Wait till our lips have met.
Top 4 gets seats, 5th place gets $3,000. Under the gun makes it 12,000. Folds to me in middle position. I have pocket aces, fine hand to have, and 170,000. I make it 3x to 36,000. Button goes in the tank and eventually shoves in about 120,000. Does he have kings, aces? Action folds back to me. I put in the call. He shows pocket 10s. The board comes all bricks. We eliminate a player, and we now have the chip lead at the final table.
Raise.
No, it's gonna re-raise your.
What do you have? I need your track.
There are currently 5 players remaining. We're on break. Some deal negotiations have been had. Top 4 get a $10,000 seat, non-negotiable. 4 people have to play. 5th place gets $3,000. So I think my best strategy is to find out who really doesn't want to play the 10K and then knock down their equity and have the other 4 winners pony up, say $500 to $1,000 each in cash to make the prize pool whole. It's just over 1 million chips in play. Crazy guy on my right has about 450K. I have 220K, and there's a pretty even 200, 150, 200 stacks. Does that math that up? Yeah, it's close. So we're gonna have to really do some negotiating and might have to play it out. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Are they making their own deals?
Come back from break and everyone's eager to do some ICM numbers. Of course, 4 seats must be given out. ICM says I'm going to get around $9,000. I want to argue for more, but they're not really budging, so I got to get some sort of edge. I say everybody can give me cash. I'll take the 9 grand. You guys can get seats. I'll be flexible if I'm going to play this 10K 5 diamond event.
Best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine?
I mean, did you want to register now, or did you want to wait till Tuesday and just come in? Oh,
It's going.
It doesn't matter. 1, 2.
No, it's video.
Oh.
So I get just over $9,000, profit of $8,440 after tip. And we call it a day at the Bellagio.